friends here today say KEZI represented an era in America's history.
Befitting Ken Kesey's iconic status, even Portland TV stations were outside the McDonald Theater. Inside, the eulogizing began with remarks from Dave Frohnmeyer, who at the time was president of the University of Oregon and a longtime friend.
Sunday's Oregonian carried these words in its lead editorial: "The charismatic, gifted author and 60s icon was among the most famous Oregonians of the 20th century, assuredly so. When he looked at you with those icy blue Paul Newman eyes, you had to believe it when he said he was more interested in being a good citizen and dad." Some names come trailing behind them, not a sense of person, but an idea of something larger, a time, a possibility, an actual shift in the ways of being. Ken Kesey's is a name like that.
Then it was time for editor Sterling Lord. Lord had helped the aspiring writer become a best-selling author.
Almost from the beginning, sort of the tone of KEZI and working with KEZI was set. And it happened when the famous bus trip terminated in New York, and the minute they got there, KEZI called me. And not knowing quite how to classify the trip or how to ask an intelligent question, I said simply, "Ken, how was it?" And in what came to be a typical Ken Kesey response, he said, "Sterling, when we hit New York, the city just rolled over on its back and purred." Yeah.
Come on. Though Kesey enjoyed early fame as a serious writer, his close friends had known him as so much more. Over the years, singer-songwriter Mason Williams often had Kesey join him on stage at the Holt Center. And since both men shared a deep love for Oregon's rivers and natural beauty, Williams sang "The Water is Wide."
The water is wide, I can't cross o'er, and neither have I wings to fly.
Finally, it was time to hear from one of Kesey's closest friends, Ken Babbs. He talked about the day he heard of his old friend's passing. Babbs drove over to the farm in Pleasant Hill and was struck by the number of birds he saw there.
One of the signs of a really gentle person is the number of birds around their place. And there have always just been every kind of bird you can imagine around that place. And as I'm thinking that and looking, whoosh, they all fly away. That was his spirit leaving. Thank you.
Blend your voices together and join us in this grand old hymn, "Shall We Gather at the River?"
Shall we gather at the river?
Ken Kesey was an artist in the truest sense of the word. He loved words, he loved music, he loved life, and he was humble. Reminds me of that line from a Bob Dylan song. "Don't get up, gentlemen, I'm just passing through."